Random disclaimer. Hey.
What is up, Voodoo Tribe? It has been a minute. How are you guys doing? Welcome back to another pop culture rant. It's your girl Naja, aka the Voodoo Child, and I am back with new hair. Okay, I don't know. I was just feeling like being girly, you know, playing in some makeup. I was like, let's do a pop culture rant instead of me just playing in the bathroom by myself. So for starters, thank you guys so much that have been supporting my book review content. Like, thank you so much. I just dropped a Julia Fox book review, so please go and check that out if you have not. Make sure you guys have your waters, your mimosas if you're like me. I do have a list because I have a lot to say, like a lot to say. So the first thing I want to get into obviously is the diddler, girl, the freaking diddler. Diddy finally got arrested in real life.
All right, we are getting some breaking news right now. ABC News has just confirmed that Sean Diddy Combs was arrested tonight in New York City. Sources say federal agents with Homeland Security investigations took him into custody. The charges are unclear at this time. Combs' attorney telling CNN that we are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs spent his first night behind bars inside a facility that is being called hell on earth. The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn is notorious for its appalling living conditions and rampant violence. Diddy's lawyers were so eager to keep him out of jail, they offered his palatial $48 million home in Miami Beach and his private jets as bail. Today, they are even offering to restrict female visitors to his homes, except for his mother, daughters, and the mothers of his children if he is released. They told the judge the jail he was being sent to is dreadful, dirty, inhuman, and an ongoing tragedy.
How's your dad doing? How's your dad doing?
Family members appeared somber as they arrived at federal court in Manhattan today in another attempt to get out on bail.
Diddy Combs has been denied bail in connection with the sexual abuse and sex trafficking charges he faces.
Are you okay? Are you feeling okay?
I hope the whole grandma gets better soon. Back up a little bit.
How can you support your father? How do you support him moving forward?
The judge cited Diddy's history of violent temper and potential intimidation of witnesses as reasons for keeping him behind bars.
So many shocking things came out with the arrest. To me, the baby oil, insane. Somebody actually got AI to show what that much baby oil actually looks like. Insane. There are some Diddy defenders out there. I'm not surprised.
Came so far, almost to $1 billion. Fall down. That's our inspiration for. It ain't too many of us. I don't want to see they took Kanye down. We forgot about Kanye. And the good thing he able to do his own, man. That's how I look at it, man.
I'm not going to speak bad about P. Diddy because he's still a black man. Mistakes happen. And I can't say if it is or it's not a mistake. But things happen in life. And P. Diddy business is P. Diddy business. It's not my job or anyone else's job to go on the internet and stump him and kick a man while he's down.
Say, the black man, they don't let you get out clean. You know, they're not going to let you get out clean. You dig? And the thing is, just black people with the celebratory thing. Come on now, what's that really about? What's that really about? Y'all ain't doing that because you care so much about how much money Craig Mack got. Stop all that. All right? Stop all that. Some of it is tethers too. Some of these tethers, we got to be very clear because a lot of people celebrate are these damn hateful ass tethers.
What I know for sure is that when it comes to our culture, sometimes we cannibalize our own more than anybody else. And, we've seen the former president of the United States inspire the country to turn into Spider-Man and climb up the Capitol to overthrow the government in the middle of an election. But yet we haven't seen his mugshot or seen his kids handcuffed. I've known Justin for probably 15 years. Quincy, one of his sons, and his other sons. Those are really good kids. So to see them in handcuffs, to see them put on display as criminals, or to be put into the conversation that they somehow are ushering underage kids into the compound for their dad to have their way with them. Those aren't the kids that I know.
There are on multiple occasions throughout Diddy's legal 2024, pointing out the curious timing of Diddy's misfortunes following his lawsuit against Diageo for alleged racism and negligence in 2023. He said, when you get your billions and they put you on a pedestal, that's because they put you up on a pedestal. They made you the guy. They placed you on every network. They sold you to all shit. He continued, this is how the major corporations work when you try to come after them. Now you put a lawsuit in. Bam! That I'm suing their ass. I'm taking their company down. This man cost that liquor company billions of dollars.
You hear and may know what I hear, which is people aren't coming out because they either suspected this about him or they don't want to have any connection to him. And then I guess there's another group who's worried they're going to get pulled in, which is one of the suggestions from prosecutors.
Since the allegations surfaced in November 2023, Stevie J has unwaveringly supported his longtime companion Diddy amidst the storm of accusations regarding various offenses. In a twist, Stevie found himself implicated in Rodney Lil Rod Jones's legal action against the renowned figure behind Bad Boy Records. Denouncing the claims, Stevie labeled them as nothing more than a ploy for financial gain.
When you were with him, you had to have heard the kinds of things that other people heard about what Diddy could be about on the dark side and excesses of his. What did you make of what you heard, and what did you ever see for yourself that gave you an opinion about what he was about?
Well, for myself, and I think a lot of other people in this industry, I mean, it's all a shock because, you know, we've never seen the stuff that's being said and the stuff that people are finding out. Like, I've never been in rooms that people are talking about, and I never knew they existed. And a lot of people in the industry can agree with me on that sense. Like, you all wanted to go and have a good time at a Diddy party.
Breaking news. You also wouldn't believe this, but hear me out. Just after Diddy's got arrested, Boosie jumped in, saying Diddy's only doing what most celebrities have been doing for years. Wait, what? Yeah. Boosie claimed it's unfair to charge Diddy with sex trafficking just because he was flying women out. He even went as far as to say, if that's the case, 80% of women reading this are involved in trafficking. Can you believe that? Boosie's really trying to defend Diddy by saying that's just how the industry works.
We all heard about Puffy. I see a lot of people, yay. I'm confused. The Cassie thing, I understand. I think you should definitely lock it up. Put hands on the young lady. But I don't understand that. Can y'all help me? When has being nasty been a federal crime? And I'm glad they told me. I didn't know there was a limit on baby oil. I'm getting a few, you know, because we get ask you. But you get a massage or something or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Please tell us the new rules. Because maybe they're not new rules, actually, because...
With domestic abuse or pedophilia, his major sex crime, federally, is he's being accused of transporting women across state lines to engage in sex. What we call prostitution.
This reasoning of, oh, he's not as bad as R. Kelly. Like, R. Kelly was messing with kids, XYZ, XYZ. Was the diddler not messing with kids? Just because these kids are now adults. Like, was Usher not a kid? Was Justin Bieber not a kid?
Moved to New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah, that's what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's
in the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans, Jodeci, Mary J. Blige. They ain't nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 in the morning with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. I had like,
what
like
a
living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Yeah, we want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close to the bed. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shouts out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. I should look like he fresh off goddamn plane. I should.
Fresh off the guard stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like just back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world.
But this is only a tease. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you Island Def Jam recording artist Justin Bieber. Is he ready to go down? Just so you know, we're in the studio right now working on it. Get ready because it's going to be big. Ain't that right, Justin?
That's right.
That's right. So look out. We're coming.
Hey, well, I'm here to, because you've been a big supporter of mine all jokes aside, this right here is my young brother right here. He's been a big supporter of mine. My album's coming out, and you know, we got the crew going around now. You in New York City, and we got the Dirty Money crew. We wanted to make you an official member of the Dirty Money crew.
Are you serious?
There you go.
That is
Justin
that
Bieber.
Swag.
Is it your swag? And then you got to do the swag walk too. Okay. I got to show you the swag walk.
Signing the bad boy.
Here's your icon alert. It's called.
Oh my God.
Bad boy. Bad boy. Oh, he's bad boy now.
It's hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, you know, telling me they love me and, you know, just turn their back on you in a second.
Peace up, A-Town. Usher deleted all his tweets. Know why? Spoiler, it involves Diddy. All right, folks, here's the update. Usher's longtime buddy, Sean Diddy Combs, got arrested on some heavy charges, trafficking and racketeering. Yeah, but this is news we all know already. So what does Usher do? He nukes his whole Twitter account. People are coming up with all kinds of conspiracies right now over it. Is he distancing himself from Diddy? Is there more to the story? But then Usher drops a bombshell tweet. Account got hacked and damn y'all ran with it. Classic Usher, right? Does he think everyone is a little stupid? Or was it actually a hack that happened coincidentally during Diddy's arrest?
It's funny because when I was on TikTok and I first saw the indictment and I had on these eye patches, somebody was like, yeah girl, that Diddy gonna have you putting them eye patches on, because it's literally like somebody flipped over a rock and a whole bunch of spiders just came out. It's just like never ending. So yeah, like all these videos are coming out, like now people are starting to look at certain things differently. Oh, and by the way, whoever keeps like trying to release these unreleased memoir of Kim Porter, like please stop. That's so inappropriate. Amazon took the book down. Like, let that woman rest, because we know for sure she's been through some stuff now. Like, for sure she went through it. Another person I thought of was Neo. You remember that video with Neo and his BM basically called him Baby Diddy and like all this stuff?
He want hoes over the house while his kids is here. While you like to have hoes, drugs, and weed, alcohol, mushrooms, and prostitutes in the house while his kids are here. Everyone has asked him to stop, but he will not listen to nobody. This is what's going on. This is the tea. While the is in the house, I asked him not to bring the in the house. I even came over here to help him with these kids because he won't watch these kids. Tell him about the freak off, Diddy Jr. Diddy Jr. Tell him about the freak off. Tell them about the freak off. Tell them the truth.
Then that other security guard, apparently this happened in 2018 and the news footage only came out like 5 months ago or whatever. Or I think it was in 2020. I'm not really sure, but the initial thing happened in 2018 and we didn't see the light of day, where the security guard was screaming about being forced to hook up with Diddy and Cassie.
Daddy. Yeah. P. Diddy, whatever you call yourself. Yeah, go ahead.
The man who allegedly opened fire inside of one of former President Donald Trump's Florida hotels several years ago made some wild statements to law enforcement in his interviews. These details that she alleged were made public. Listen to what he said.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he was Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with people and stuff, and I was like a sex slave. Okay, for them that's what I was. That's all right.
And he had to go to jail. He literally did this whole Trump thing. He went to Trump's Mar-a-Lago and caused a scene. And then there's the connection with Trump and Diddy and Danity Kane, because Andrea from Danity Kane, like, it is so messy.
I love Diddy.
Working for Diddy for 6 years trained me to have to be perfect.
Working for Diddy?
Absolutely.
I love Diddy. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy. Is he a good guy?
I don't want to answer that question.
Oh, wow. I think he's a good guy. I'm going to stick up for him.
Diddy's former protege, singer Aubrey O'Day, is celebrating Diddy's downfall today. I feel validated. A win for women all over the world.
Then, speaking of people that have been to jail for Diddy, you got dude who's coming out who is just like, yeah, I did the time for him and I'm speaking out now. The J-Lo in the club shooting, like, J-Lo got some questions that she needs to answer as well.
Moses Shine Barrow served 10 years in prison after being convicted in a 1999 New York City club shooting where he, Diddy, and Diddy's then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez were partying. Shine was released in 2009 and is now a politician in his native Belize, where he spoke out on Diddy's legal saga and the prior incident in a recent press conference. Diddy was acquitted of all charges in the shooting, and Shine has alleged that he was the fall guy, claiming to reporters in his newest comments that the artist and entrepreneur, quote, destroyed his life, but he has let go of any ill will.
Let us not lose sight of what the cold hard facts are. This was not someone who I vacationed with and who he and I enjoyed this great intimate relationship of brotherhood. This is someone who destroyed my life.
Could Diddy's past be coming back to haunt him?
that crime could be reopened and say this is a RICO predicate act, and then you add a couple more acts under the sex trafficking, the drugs, the gun, and certainly that 1999 shooting could be the cornerstone of a case like that.
I can't imagine what you've been through since 1999, and then all the emotions that must be coming up over the last couple of days. What was your reaction to Tanya when you saw these massive raids at P. Diddy's 2 homes?
First and foremost, thank you for having me. It was very emotional. In short, it was extremely emotional because it was basically it marked 25 years, a quarter of a century since this occurred, and I've had to relive this over and over again.
Then there's the dude that is in jail right now for a completely unrelated crime that's like, yeah, y'all need to redo my evidence because I have association with Diddy. What? And he's scared of getting beat up in there.
Eric Lee Cardello Smith. He is an inmate at Ernest C. Brooks Correctional Facility out in Michigan, and this week he was granted a temporary restraining order against rapper Sean Diddy Combs.
Versus Sean Combs, Sean Puff Daddy Combs, also known as Sean P. Diddy, also known as Diddy, Bad Boy Records, label owner, founder, also known as Puff P. Daddy, Bad Boy, Diddy Run the City, Sean Combs, also known as Sean Puffy Combs.
Everything that you're looking at, they're all tied in together. Every part, as crazy as it seems, as outrageous as it seems, it all ties in, every bit of it, every facet.
Okay. All right. Well, I have a proof of service showing that Mr. Combs was served on July 6th of 2000 and, let me see, is that 24?
Yes, John.
The plaintiff was excited to attend this gathering and did so because this was Sean Puff Daddy Combs, Bad Boys. Plaintiff had participated in and consumed alcohol with Mr. Combs and the ladies and other security. Puffy was shockingly cool and someone who seemed like a really decent, normal guy. Cardell Smith goes on to allege that he participated in group sex with several women and Combs, but said that when Combs showed an interest in him, he immediately got up and sat on a couch. By the way, a little side note here, these allegations are very similar to what has been alleged in several lawsuits that have been filed against Sean Combs.
Young Miami quiet as a church mouse. Still wearing her brujeria talisman. I don't know what's going on. I rebuke it. Like, what? Then, speaking of book reviews. Ooh, I was about to say this gotta come off anyway. Speaking of book reviews, I did a review for Corinne Stephan Superhead, who also talked about her time with Diddy. My Julia Fox review, she also talked about her time with Diddy. Superhead came out and was just like, girl, leave me out of the conversation. I tried to tell y'all when it was a thing. And honestly, if Wendy was still here, bro, and it's so sad that I talk about her in past tense, but if Wendy was still here, she probably would be saying the same thing. Like, girl, go and look at my old interviews, my books, go buy my stuff. Because, like, I tried to tell y'all and y'all did not care. So, stay tuned for Diddy, y'all. Stay tuned. More stuff's about to come out. Some people are like, oh, do you think he's going to turn on people to get less time? Because he already tried to give them $50 million, the state of New York, and they said no. The feds were like, we don't want it. And he's in the same prison as Epstein, Ghislaine, R. Kelly's in that prison. It is insane. And I know somebody out there is probably thinking I'm being over dramatic, but it's just like, I don't know. This is just crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. So many people are coming out now with their stories. So I don't think this is going to be the end. If anything, I think more artists are going to come out with their stories because this man has been blackmailing them for decades. Yeah, I don't know. This is about to get interesting. Now I'm going to talk about this Andrew Schultz Shits and Giggles podcast controversy. Girl.
What is the black girlfriend effect?
You don't know about
blow
this.
up the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend, all of a sudden he's got a buzz cut, like clean shape up. Glows up, bro.
I like that.
Glows the fuck up.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed around this black girl complaining about shit all the fucking time. That's why they gotta shave their hair.
Nah, bro. White guys with black girlfriends,
they grow a beard because there's more cushion when they get slapped the fuck out of. That's hilarious. I think the black girlfriend effect. It might be a protective instinct, bro.
You think?
Protective. Do you guys have you ever had black girlfriends?
Yeah.
Have you ever had white girls?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh wow. Okay. What's your favorite? We love them all.
Yeah.
Oh really? We love them all.
Yeah.
That means white.
That means white.
No, translation.
Kendrick fans, we love them all.
That's royal English.
For one, they should have never even been on that podcast, girl. Like, when you take a sponsorship or when you take like a brand deal, you're supposed to do your research, right? As black people doing a podcast that talks about, you know, things that are relatable to black people that, you know, other races might not even understand because of that, right? In the context. And once you get on this white man's platform, the first thing you do is want to kiki, a cuckoo, and pander. I seen they back molars laughing at that shit. Because there was an apology that came out and they were some like, oh, it was fight or flight. I felt awkward, blah, 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 blah.
Quick PSA, quick acknowledgement. So there's been a couple of clips going around from when we did a session on the Flagrant podcast while we were on our US tour. Racist joke. Yeah. And we were laughing at it. That obviously there's just literally no excuse. It is our duty to protect you guys. Facts. And it is definitely not cool to be in that situation. And again, not be the ones to stand up and kick the cameras down. And we fucked it on that occasion. We did. It's not going to happen again. And it's about being human. It's about realizing that you don't know what you're prepared for. You don't know how to prepare for something you don't know, what's going to happen. Yeah. And once it's happened one time, you're like, fuck, all right. And we're sorry.
We definitely do apologize.
For one, when you're part of a community, you don't realize that you can hurt your own community.
Especially
when you're not, when unintentionally.
Unintentionally, for real.
And also on top, it was so crazy that like the narrative that's been spun about how we feel about our community, the irony of the fact that whilst the whole reason we're in that country was to just show how much we love our community and show how much we love our supporters and how much time we spent at the shows and just like getting to know people and just like understanding our community better and just like making friends and making bonds and showing love and they're showing love. And this whole 6-week trip was just about showing how much we love our community and how much our community show out for us. And then to have that exact same trip be the reason that we're having to have this conversation now. But at the end of the day, mistakes make you a better person.
Mistakes do make you a better person.
You're not born a perfect person, and we don't want you guys to think that we were sat in that room rating what's going on.
You do this for you guys, like.
Yeah, you guys are all we have, man.
You guys are literally all we have. You guys have taken us to this level, and we don't want to let you guys down going forward and anymore. So
I don't know about y'all, but fight or flight, there's a few other options. Freeze. Oh, that is so white. Andrew is a known contrarian that makes racist jokes on behalf of the fact that he is endorsed by Charlemagne. And he thinks because of that Charlemagne endorsement, he could say out of pocket ass shit.
We got changed July 4th until the day that Trump got arrested.
We're not going to get to July 4th because the next big firework you're going to see is a nuclear weapon.
Stop it, bro.
No, you can't have both.
You really think the Chinese could drive a nuke here without crashing it somewhere else?
Oh my God.
Use the vegetables to install a plant. And honestly, we would have been happier with a fruit. Move over, RFK. This November, we've got a new throat goat, and apparently her headshots don't miss. The half-black, half-Indian parents met at a 7-Eleven robbery is officially the Democratic nominee. But it kind of feels like the Democrats dragged Biden's lifeless corpse through the campaign long enough to avoid a primary so they could place whoever they wanted as the nominee. Why is Trump invincible? Because he has the power of Hulkamania.
It's wrong. Racist. Cannot do it. We agree? We agree. Okay, good. Blackface is wrong. Cannot do it. Blackface is wrong. Well, I have to ask the blackfaces. I can't ask the fucking rest of y'all. Blackface is wrong. It's racist. You cannot do it. Under no circumstances. Cannot do it. Then you see them Navy SEALs commercials. You're like, all right, well, kind of. Sometimes you could do it. The whole Navy SEALs commercial is like, look how cool blackface is on a helicopter. You're mixed. Mom is white. Dad is black. It's always that way, bro. That's old school, right? White women want the dick. It's almost confusing when you see like an Asian dude with a black woman, and you're like, is that your sensei, bitch? Like, who the fuck is? You start taking karate? What?
He also has a pattern of putting his co-hosts of color in very compromising situations where they have to defend themselves like multiple times. They either defend themselves or they completely abandon their community on behalf of like, well, this guy is successful and you guys don't know funny. So that's on y'all. When it's like, I don't know, friend.
Literally had no idea about race.
The reason why we're asking, because I remember you saying the first time you saw white people, you thought we all looked the same.
You do.
Yeah.
We do.
Black people look all the same too.
I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you.
I'm sorry.
That's it.
Let me make the record clear that I love women. Beautiful in all shapes, sizes, colors, black, white, yellow,
all
green.
Sizes.
I love thick women.
All
skinny
sizes.
women. I love beautiful.
Miles.
I love beautiful big women. I love super dark women. I love white women with freckles and orange hair.
No. Why do you have to say that?
I love
You
Asian.
really want to
I
be a
love
hero
Asian
today.
women.
Is this in order? What are you ranking them? What's going on?
No. I'm telling you that I
You ready?
love.
Here it is. What about trans women? You open this door.
I respect all trans women.
Oh. Just trying to have the argument based on like the words that are said, which is, does a country does Hawaii have the ability to maintain their Hawaiian culture, and when Western culture starts to come in, or even Japanese culture, where these other cultures start to chip away at the Hawaiian identity, do they have the right to be frustrated at that, or are they racist when they're frustrated?
Yeah, but again, you're talking about a colonized place that was, like, that's where the difference is.
Okay,
it just
remove
is different.
colonization. Like, do a thought experiment. Just do a thought experiment.
Yeah, as a thought experiment, if they've never been colonized, don't worry about it.
Everybody's been colonized, so that cancels out everybody.
I mean, they're still colonized, like right now.
Okay. This is why these things are so difficult. It's really hard to just even hypothetically discuss it.
I highly advise non-American, black non-American creators to abide by the fucking rules. Somebody made a post that was very interesting where they were like, when you go to other countries, you make sure to respect their rules and stuff. Shoot, you even have some people doing freaking North Korea vlogs and they know better to go over there and respect people's rules, right? Like, so I get it. Where it's like, if you want to come over here and make money, you need to respect who is making you your money, which are African Americans in this case. So coming on here and disrespecting when you're on this big platform, you would have had so many people rallying behind you if you would have stuck up for your people. Ask Tyler, bruh. Ask Tyler how that's going. The apology was not really well received by their fan group. Their apology, in my opinion, looked like they had a gun held to their fucking head, bro. In my opinion. It was given like, here, damn. Like, like, I saw someone say that. That shit had me on the floor.
Quick PSA, quick acknowledgement. So we fucked it on that occasion. We did. It's not going to happen again. And it's about being human. It's about realizing that you don't know what you're prepared for. You don't know how to prepare for something
you don't know
that you don't know what's
yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah.
And once it's happened one time, you're like, fuck, all right. And we're sorry.
We definitely do apologize.
But yeah, not a very good move. And then Andrew, you know how the internet is. So the internet goes to digging and finds out that Andrew ass used to date a biracial girl and apparently was very abusive towards her. So him saying all this stuff about, like, you know, the black woman effect and how black women negatively impact your life, it seems like messing with your ass negatively impacts her fucking life. That's what it sounds like to me. And then Andrew even like spun the block. Andrew spun the block and continued to throw them under the bus like he does with his co-hosts when they try to defend you know, their own plights or whatever.
Any listeners here that are upset at us, we just want to let you know that you're going to stay upset. Okay? What we're not going to do is sit here with our tucked between our legs apologizing on the podcast for jokes.
Yeah, there were a few jokes made that were incredibly inappropriate. One specifically pertaining to black women. Fight or flight is a real thing, and it's so not easy to say, but
I've been there. Don't you know that feeling when you experience the fight or flight and then you just laugh? Does that happen to you guys when your body is just being torn with the primal urge to either fight or flight and instead you just go, ha! Do you guys ever have that feeling? You know what's mad funny about this? Is that they had shit that they asked to take out the episode. You know what they didn't ask to take out? Their producer or whatever was like, hey, we really think that's inappropriate. We'd like to take that out. But with that joke about the black women, nothing really seemed, the fight or flight wasn't really there.
Yeah, bruh. I mean, let this be a lesson to anybody. I support all, like, underground black podcasts because I feel like people are so fucking quick to tell black people to not buy a microphone. They be like, oh, don't buy a mic. Oh, y'all need to, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know? So I do think that they do deserve to have a pod. Don't get me wrong. And I think it's awesome when people do put themselves out there in that way. But let this be a lesson. Don't forget how you got somewhere, bro. Because that shit will blow up in your face. So, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but there is this new show, and it's all about child stars growing up, and it's hosted by Demi Lovato.
I try to live life with the philosophy of never having regrets, and I've made some very questionable decisions in my life, but I think ultimately there's a lesson in everything.
Demi Lovato sharing those lessons and the personal cost of her own fame growing up in front of the camera.
The popular girls signed a suicide petition saying that I should kill myself.
Her new documentary, Child Star, that she produced and co-directed, now streaming on Hulu.
Everyone wanted to make it in the industry at a young age.
Focuses on an exclusive circle of former teen idols who share their highs and lows of fame and fortune.
I really considered not wanting to act anymore, like if these are the kinds of things I had to go through.
When you are working at a young age, you're excited about it. You want to talk to your friends about it. I just didn't have that support system at school when I was younger. In fact, I was bullied. It was definitely isolating.
It's just so wild. This like completely caught me off guard. I'm not even gonna hold you guys. The show, I mean, you got little Drew talking about she was doing El Drugas at 10. Like, what in the world is going on? It's like Hollywood is literally falling apart before our eyes.
How old were you when you were first given something?
I mean, I used to get high with my mom's friend at like 10.
Right.
You know, and I thought she was so cool, and she would give weed to me and her son.
Wow.
I would say it's hard to
not blame someone else when you're 10 years old.
I mean, having a 10-year-old daughter now, it's unfathomable.
Right.
But that's just how I grew up.
I was 16 months old. First time I was in front of a professional camera, I was 16 months old. Do I remember it? Heck no. Do I have the picture of it? Yes. I'm like shirtless like this, and my hair is big and fluffy, but I do not remember it.
You got the right one, baby. Do you remember working on the show?
No.
Okay, wow.
It's disappearing every single day. Back in the day, probably if you would have asked me that when I was 13, my answer was, I remember what the floor looked like. I remember the smells. But even that is a recall from a recall. Like, nothing is a pure memory. Sometimes, though, the parents' dreams might bleed into the child's. And you get so enmeshed, you know? Parents forget that children, young kids, are performing for their parent.
They went right to drugs and alcohol in my teens. I don't remember feeling like there was any other way to be happy.
Right.
I would imagine, too, if you felt like you had absolutely no control over your life, that's one of the few things that you had control over.
I would say, if you're going to work me like an adult, I'm going to party like an adult. I had to be so conscious of everything that I did as a Disney kid. You obviously couldn't cuss or swear in public. You couldn't be seen with red Solo cups because it could insinuate that there's alcohol in
I actually
it.
remember that, too.
Yeah.
If you had a Solo cup on set, it would be a whole thing.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
It's like this whole like Illuminati-esque BS for anybody that believes in that type of stuff at this point. I wouldn't even call you crazy for believing in it. Like, what is even the future for child actors and child creatives at this point, honestly? Like, what is the future? Because realistically, even if we do get better laws or whatever set in place, at the end of the day, the dynamic is still toxic of a parent knowingly making money off of a child and like the child knowing that is on their back.
A child star for Drew Barrymore looks very different than what it's like being a child star for Jojo Siwa. And I think the biggest puzzle piece that was missing in between those two perspectives is the digital age of social media.
Since 1939, child actors have financially been protected by law, with 15% of their wages going into a trust that can't be touched until they turn 18.
Those laws aren't put in place for social media, and we need to change that.
That change may be coming. Milestone legislation has been unanimously approved in the California State Legislature. The Child Content Creator Rights Act that would require families profiting off of a minor's social media content to create similar trusts is awaiting California Governor Gavin Newsom's signature.
This isn't just for any kid on social media. This is specifically for people that are profiting off of the likeness and images of children on the internet.
Even Raven was like, I was very aware that this was a job. This is a 3-year-old baby saying they're very aware that what they're doing is a job. And that's just wild to me, to use your kids for your way of living, you know? And I'm sure there are some kids out there that want to be stars. Don't get me wrong. I see it whenever teachers ask children, what do you want to be when you grow up? They say shit like a YouTuber and a TikToker or whatever these days they're into. I get it. There are still dreamers out there that want to do stuff. But at the end of the day, it always gets weird, girl.
I do want to say that this spoke to me because I'm in a chapter of my life where I'm like, you know, thinking about family and kids. And I just think about, you know, as much as I love this industry, could I, you know, put my kids on that path to child stardom? Have you thought about that with your future family?
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's not something that I would push on my kids by any means. If anything, I want to protect them from social media and being in front of the public eye as much as I can. And then when they're of age to follow their dreams, you know, I want to support them as much as possible. I think the way that I would be supporting them is by protecting them from being in the public eye too soon. And so when I think about having kids, I think about, you know, telling them you can perfect your craft and practice and get as great as you possibly can at it. And then when you turn 18, then you can follow your dreams. But I think having those years of just like sacred childhood is really important.
Mariah Carey's sister and mother passed away on the same day.
Mariah Carey is speaking out following the death of her mother and sister. On September 8th, the singer takes to social media to give fans an update after her mother, Patricia Hickey, and her sister, Allison Carey, died on the same day in August. Writing alongside a video of her singing It's Like That, accompanied by a piano, back at work. It's been a couple of rough weeks, but I appreciate everyone's love and support so much, and I can't wait to see my fans in China and Brazil. Love you. And Mariah's post marks her return to social media just weeks following the devastating news. At the time of their passing, the Grammy winner told E! News in a statement on August 26th, "My heart is broken that I've lost my mother this past weekend. Sadly, in a tragic turn of events, my sister lost her life on the same day." She continued, "I feel blessed that I was able to spend the last week with my mom before she passed. I appreciate everyone's love and support and respect for my privacy during this impossible time." Mariah has not shared any additional information about Patricia or Allison's causes of death. Over the years, the 55-year-old has been candid about her strange relationships with her mother, who was a Juilliard-trained opera singer and vocal coach, and her sister Allison. In fact, Mariah detailed their history together in her 2020 memoir, The Meaning of Mariah, saying, "Like many aspects of my life, my journey with my mother has been full of contradictions and competing realities. It's never been only black and white, it's been a whole rainbow of emotions." She added, "Our relationship is a prickly rope of pride, pain, shame, gratitude, jealousy, admiration, and disappointment. The complicated love tethers my heart to my mother's." As for Mariah's relationship with Allison, that too was complex. The star wrote in her memoir that it was best, at least at the time, for her to, quote, "not have any contact with her sibling."
That is freaking insane. I just wanted to talk about that real quick because I did do the Mariah book review on my channel, and we did talk about the relationship she had with her mother and her sister, and it was not the best. However, this news, I'm sure, hurts her nonetheless, and I like totally feel for her. She came out to say that she would be performing despite the loss, and I think that is a lot too, but apparently she knew that the end was near for both of them. Like, they were both in hospice, but she was with her mom the majority of the time, but her sister was also in hospice for colon issues. What's even more sad was that when her sister did pass, her defamation lawsuit was still active, and I was really hoping that, you know, she would have thrown that out. It's like, I don't know, I just feel for Mariah because I know that this must be so hard. Just knowing that, like, in the end, old girl wanted to duke it out with you. But grief is a very multi-layered beast for sure. And I just wish her all the healing. So I was not going to talk about this, but somebody suggested it in my Patreon. And I did talk about it on the last Pop Culture Rant, so I am gonna, you know, close that up. It seems like when I was speaking about the baddies being, you know, low-key human trafficking, and that, you know, they're not feeding the girls, and it's like gladiators in that bitch, like, you know, I was just saying the whole shebang. I showed this one clip, and it was of a girl on the show who basically was talking to somebody who you guys let me know is not that credible. But when it comes to trauma, I know that sometimes people, you know, the whole perfect victim theory thing. So I still gave her the time of day, because you're over here talking about how you're being abused by Natalie and you're actually on the show and shit. Like, I'm gonna believe you over people talking in like a forum, right? So this girl that I'm about to talk about was on live with her and basically shut her up and was like, "Oh no, we not snitching over here."
Natalie, everybody knows she's running a prostitute ring. Everybody knows she pimped this guy. Everybody knows she's doing all that. I'm not gonna say no more names, but
okay, you know what, Smiley, listen. This because you, hey, I need to sign up for this. Hold up, no, now you snitching. No,
that's not snitching. It's not snitching.
Hey, flag on the play. Hey, listen. Let me say something right now. I don't have no. Listen, My only issue is with cast members only and about Baddies Caribbean. Anything outside of Baddies Caribbean, I have no idea. I don't know what's about that.
Oh my god, I didn't know. It's like the open secret. Everybody want to keep their favorite show so they don't say shit. And I remember saying like, okay, now when it has something to do with you, what you gonna do? And sure enough, I can't even show y'all the clip. They chewed this girl up. Like, they annihilated this girl. They beat her to a freaking pulp. Her lip was like hanging off of her face.
The lack of concern, the lack of sympathy, the lack of empathy after the situation, after I had to leave the set and go to the hospital, after my tooth got knocked out, the lack of emotion was like, it was mind-blowing, because I'm like I'm hurt for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference between reality TV and real life. Like, reality TV is not real. Like,
somebody is going to die on that show. Someone's gonna die. Like, I don't think people realize how fragile. Like, there's been so many people that have died during fist fights.
Faces second-degree murder charges after the victim died of his injuries more than a week later, according to police.
Searching for the man who allegedly killed a stranger with a single punch. Investigators say the shirtless man in this video punched 52-year-old Dimitri Goldfarb in the face so hard it killed him.
Slaughter charges in the death of a man police say he punched in the face last month. It happened on Oak Manor and Woodhill Drive in Glen Burnie. The 59-year-old victim, Carl Scherger, fell to the ground, hitting his head. He died just a couple of days later.
A man police say was punched by a bouncer outside of a club has died from his injuries. Now the Philadelphia Homicide Unit is investigating. The incident happened outside a Taboo Lounge and Sports Bar.
Neighbors say they heard and saw some of the commotion after the bar's bouncer allegedly punched a man so hard his head hit the ground and he went unconscious. The victim, 41-year-old Eric Pope, died over the weekend from his injuries.
Her husband, Wei Lin, was the victim of a scary attack. A resident's camera caught what happened Monday of last week at L Street and Luzerne, just blocks from the couple's restaurant. One of their drivers was making a delivery.
During the delivering process, he got into a car accident.
He called Lin for help.
What my husband did was that he actually called the police.
But when police weren't there, his family says a relative of the other driver showed up and attacked.
He came out of nowhere, so it was a fist and a really heavy hit at my husband's head.
A hit so hard it put Lin in the hospital with brain damage. He died last Thursday, leaving behind his wife and 2 children.
Due tonight at 10, a Brookfield man is charged with murder, accused of the death of a man he allegedly punched because he didn't like his tattoos. Taylor Lumpkin taking us inside the courtroom where the victim's family delivered an emotional message to the judge.
This should have never happened. This man needs to pay at the fullest extent of the law.
Tearful pleas for justice heard inside this Waukesha County courtroom as the family of 39-year-old Joshua Davies came face to face with his alleged killer.
For this to happen, it's just totally unacceptable.
According to this amended criminal complaint, Josh and his wife had gone on a date to Tabby's Lake Country Wine Bar last month when 64-year-old Kevin Seymour confronted Josh about his tattoos.
There was nothing provoked in this. He was simply on a double date night with his wife, minding his own business, when somebody decided that they didn't like the way he looked.
The complaint goes on to say that the couple decided to leave in an effort to ease the situation, but Seymour followed them and proceeded to punch Josh outside the bar.
Mr. Seymour struck the victim in the head with such force that he immediately lost consciousness, fell to the ground and struck his head further, which is what caused the significant head injury. Sadly, the victim passed away earlier this week as a direct result of the injuries he suffered.
Someone's going to die. And I'm sorry, little mama, but you're full of air. Because you over here talking about you didn't know. Oh my God, they really hate me. I was just playing a character, blah, 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 blah. What, you think them other girls getting mollywopped was faking? Like, faking getting mollywopped? Like, come on now.
They think it's real because it's called reality, but it's not real, guys. This is real. Like, me leaving and going to the hospital was real. And even before I went to the hospital, they tried to put me back on the stage. They're like, we need you, we need you back on the set. I'm like, I can't go on the set. I need to go to the hospital. My mouth is cut. Like, my mouth is cut over, my tooth is missing. What do you mean go back on the set? This is real, guys. Like, how do y'all not have a meter between real life and reality TV? Like, there is a difference. You know what I'm saying? In real life, like, I'm a good person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am a good person in real life. So for people to be saying, like, I deserve certain things, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you deserve this, or you got, like, and I'm just like, bro, this shit is not real. Like, why can't y'all understand that none of this is real for me? It's TV. You know what I'm saying? So, that being said, I will no longer be doing reality TV anymore, no longer. And it's not because I got beat up, it's not because I got embarrassed, it's not because my tooth got knocked out. It's because I realized that I am too good of a person in real life to continue to carry and live this, live in this drama-filled, negative world where I can't be my real, genuine, good self. Tasiki really made me realize with this whole situation that this character that I'm playing is not me. It's not me. And, if people hate me, I want y'all to hate me because of who I really am. You know what I'm saying? I don't want motherfuckers to just hate me because of this person that I pretend to be on TV.
Yeah, that show needs to be taken down. I get y'all like to watch it, but every time I'm just gonna bring this up every time. Every time. So I know some of y'all might be tired of this, so I apologize in advance, but I gotta talk about it. I'm sorry. Uncle Shannon, you fouled out.
Even when I'm behind closed doors, I still try to remain a level of professional, although I'm in the privacy of my own home. And I'm very disappointed in myself, not for the act. I think there are millions, billions of people of consenting age that engage in activities, but to have your most intimate detail on the audio to be heard.
I think Shannon Sharpe was over here playing in people's face with this "Hey Michelle" or Michelle Buki, whatever, Michelle, whatever. He was playing in people's face, and when Cat Williams tweeted that, oh well, they don't think you gay today, that was low-key some nice nasty shade. I personally did not think anything of Shannon Sharpe's sexuality, even when he went through that whole man purse debacle. I still was like, oh no, y'all are tripping. But now he's coming out with this Michelle merch, and people ain't feeling that because last time we checked, you got hacked.
The thing that really saved me is that Jordan is an admin on my account. Jordan cut it off on his end. I didn't know it was on, so it would have still been going for 10, 15, 20. Wait,
Jordan was on your account?
Jordan is an admin on my account. So Jordan can tweet from my phone. He can send IG messages from my phone. He can he's on admin on my Facebook. Yes.
Okay. All right. Also, wait, hold on. So like I heard like you talking a little bit. What was he whispering in her ear?
That's my Michelle. He said, "That's my Michelle." I was like, "Hey, you got to get some earphones and listen to it." I listened to it in my earphones. He was like, "Yeah, you gonna." Hey, yeah, that's my Michelle. Yeah. And then hold on.
Last time we checked, you got hacked. So which is it? Did you get hacked, or are you trying to sell some Michelle merch? Which is it?
I be popping bottles, sparkles in champagne.
Cause I'm so done with him playing these damn games. And then those shirts revealed the truth, low key. Like, you over here trying to sell these shirts, and then it revealed the truth of that stylist, and that, you know, there's a rumor of you having that relationship with that stylist. Now, I don't know if that's true or false, but you sure did fire that stylist to stop all the accusations.
I get it. My stylist, Hollywood, he was gay. Okay, that's his life. That's not mine. Mm-hmm. Hollywood no longer styles me. Why? Because I'm loyal to Shelly. She was hurt that after 20 plus years of being my stylist, that I had gone outside to hire someone else. And someone else was getting the credit when she was there at CBS. She was there when I started at Fox. She was there when I was going out and doing red carpet events. And I never had a problem. And for me, in my head, I thought I needed someone outside. Right. I didn't buy one thing new when Hollywood started styling me. Everything, all those LB jackets, all that stuff that I already had it.
And then, where is Michelle? How does she feel about all of this? Because I would be hella annoyed. I want to get into this makeup MUA. I know some of y'all probably already heard of this already also, but I gotta tell y'all my little 2 cents on this. So here are the clips for anybody that, you know, has not seen it.
Maybe around 3 or 4 o'clock. That's gonna be for everybody. So I have 3 other stylists that are coming, and they are gonna park valet. Okay. I'm about to work this wedding. Y'all, I'm tired. I don't want to be at work today, but gotta get this shman. I need some of these. What's on for you? Hey to the camera. Say hey to the camera. We all set up and ready to go. Hey ladies. Oh, y'all got your eye patches on? Okay. Yeah. Back a little bit more for me. All right, and then turn to the right one more time for me. Okay, go ahead. Turn towards me. Everybody, you know she a 10. So cute. You getting your hair done too? Yeah. All right, do me a favor. Yeah, you can take your hair down. That's fine. All right, look at me. Smile. Turn all the way around. All of just spin around. Do like a little spin. Say hi. Hello. Say hey, Geneva. We getting our content. We in here busting it out. Y'all don't even know. Yes, you smiling. You giving me model. Yes, give me model. Show me a ring. Do I do a little spin for me? Just do a little twirl all the way around. Yes. Say, I'm getting married. I'm getting married.
This was like the only thing I was like, you'll wake up eventually.
Yeah.
Right?
It wasn't late. We all know. Yes, Rachel. You make it look so good. I really can't take it. Okay, go ahead. Yes. Look down for me. Let me see your eyes. Gorgeous. Look at me. Say hey to the camera. So my shoes and my socks. You say you hold the what? Like
holding in my stomach like I can't look fat.
She got a baby in there. Get in her stomach. I don't want to look fat. Fat. Trying to hold you. You over there trying to hold your stomach in? Yeah. Oh, you was outside. She's 21.
Oh, we're gonna play this game.
Oh damn, Mama in the house. We about to get this face in this hair right? Yes.
It is amazing.
Gorgeous. Turn all the way around for me. Let me see your hair. Gorgeous. For me. Gorgeous. All right, go ahead. Gorgeous. And then turn your head to the right. Gorgeous. I do. I'm right over here. Just give me a stroke. Feel me that. Go ahead and turn around. Gorgeous.
Maybe what you can do is try something like leave early. Jordan, leave earlier. And you'll just go over to the video and she'll be fine. This is yeah, no, we doing that. Okay, we don't have this right at the video. Get you right. But you know why it's good to get married. You want to know why it's good? So whenever so you tie in a knot today, and whenever you tie a knot, and it gets wet, you can't break the knot. So you can't untie it. Oh, that's nice. So that's why it's super like lucky to get married. I didn't know that was like why. I thought it was just like something you tell Sam. No. Everybody always say that, and I'm always like, do you know why? And they're like, no. I'm like, I didn't tell you why. She was out dancing last night.
Yeah, I know. When she walked in here, I walked in here this morning. She was like, with the night I had. I was like, oh, yeah, it's time.
I was like, go out there. I was like, hey. Yeah, I was like, there are people here.
Yeah.
She was like,
no. Leave her alone. Meanwhile, I'm in here rearranging furniture. Oh, that's what it is.
Cheers.
Cheers.
How are you? Thanks. No, I'm good. How are you? Good. I'm good. I'm like, hoping it doesn't get any more humid or else I'm gonna be like a disgusting rat today. We have fans. Perfect. Fans to go. Hello, how are you? Good, how are you? Melissa. Hi, Melissa. Nice to meet you. Yes. Hi, nice to meet you. How are you?
Why don't y'all on Instagram or no? I don't think so. Did y'all get my email?
Maybe. I mean, I have all the vendors in a list somewhere. Well, Shannon was sending it to them. That's all.
No, I said this in a personally.
Oh, okay.
Shannon gave me the
Oh, yes, I did get your email. Yes, I did.
So I'm Diane.
Sorry. Lovely to meet you.
What's my name? Don't wear it out.
I sure won't.
I gotta make sure I have your Instagrams because we're doing this cool TikTok thing with my fiance. We're trying to go viral. We're trying to go viral.
I believe in you. I feel like you can do it.
I'm tagging all of y'all. I'm inviting y'all as collaborators.
Perfect. I'll be there. Oh, yeah.
Judy.
The last quarter.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Every time I get you home from Arizona, I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god.
What is that?
No.
You ever see those videos when like the brides are talking and just like vibing? Yeah. That's what we're doing.
Well, it's gonna be a voice over like, get ready with me.
Oh no, we're not getting ready with me. I just think the sound. I don't really like doing voiceovers. I don't know. I just feel like it's better when people.
Thank you.
Mama weird. She came in here, I was like, Mom. Mom. I'm like, Mom, like my age. Wait, Mom, where?
Mom, where? Well, that's why she said she's sister with the bride. Hi, Mama. Hi, Mama.
You like when they say that?
What, sisters?
Sisters.
Oh, of course.
My mother eats that.
Sorry.
You do touch-ups on everybody, Geneva? Do you, Judy, do touch-ups on everybody? I'm not sure. You ask them? Are you doing it now? Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah. I gotta hurry up and get my ass over to the
You're gonna start a show. Nothing's going on without you.
Yeah.
Thanks
for nothing.
No.
And me too, though. Yeah. Like I'm a predator.
Everybody's on
we
your
are
side.
like
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, exactly.
Where she go, I go, she go.
A package deal.
I just know that Joey was on it. He was like, I know that Violet was getting on time. I don't know that Tim was getting on time. I was like, we can get this on time. Leave it alone. So we're gonna like, that's a pretty
Yes, kid. Look at this. We got the same name. Hey, let me see your ring. Let me see your ring. Woo! You look so good. Oh my God, Kiana, you look so good. Take a look.
Oh, my love. We got singers over there. I love this.
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
How you feeling?
I feel great. I feel bride.
Oh, period. It's giving bride.
It's giving bride.
It's giving bride. Yes, Ski looks so pretty. Yeah, I just finished. I need to hurry up and pack up because I'm going to the venue to stay on location. And it's giving, so I've been recording about vlogging this whole wedding, so it's up and it's stuck. Wait till y'all see this.
What are you getting married?
We'll see you later, Joe. Let me give you.
Thank you so much.
I was trying to give you a nice picture there, you know?
Oh, sorry.
I figured some of you.
Sorry. You and this tongue out. Yo, you and this tongue out. I like have you with your tongue out. I literally don't even Yo, we've been having fun.
I really
all
just feel like
day.
got a ball from the finger.
All right, turn around towards me, P.
Oh, God. That's where I was looking.
All right, turn around again for me. Yes, turn your head to the left. Okay, now turn it to the right. Now turn around at me again. Yes.
This one came out.
Uh-oh, wait, hold on. Hold up, I got you.
Sorry, I just didn't want to see it.
Yeah, that's fine. It's like on it. Thank you.
I think like the most difficult dress to get into.
I want to secure me.
I don't think so here, but it's like worse.
Yeah, grab the chair. I was thinking that you might need it. Do you need to move that stuff?
Can we, is this, I don't want to, can we move it real quick? I just want to grab the chair real quick and steal it because I'm too short.
Okay.
You know what? I said when you outside, oh, yes, Short King.
Fix the boobies. Fix the abs. I gotta get you, Mom. Mom was so tired. Mom, where? Look at the sister of that bra.
And the longer you take the better.
Yes. Oh, do that little turn around one more time, Melissa. Yes.
They might make it in the car on the way here.
Wow. Who's wedding day is it?
Who's getting married? Put you in the video. Yeah, while you're doing that, and then hit the camera, and then look like drop the camera, and then turn back. Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'm scared right now.
Don't be like. All right, go ahead. Hit me with the turnaround. There we go.
You look
Don't cry. Yeah, better not.
No crying, no crying. You ready for you, Kiana? I know, we're going to turn around and see her for the first time. Oh my God. We're supposed to be short. Hi. We got to close that door. Let's sorry. I hear Kiana.
Be a girl. No, we're doing the first look. Okay, we're doing the first look. Yes, we're doing the first look. Don't try me. Top right. Top right. My little baby. I remember you were in 4th grade.
I know.
We already saw. Okay, that's enough. Rachel, you just broke down.
You're fantastic.
You, Kiana. And look to me.
So GQ.
You took some pointers from Will. And chin down.
That wasn't even planned. He just happened to bring some.
Exactly. Give me GQ. Give me GQ. And he's wearing what?
He's wearing.
Wow, look at you.
TikTok battle.
Hey, Mom.
You've been banned.
Yeah, I'm still working.
Just hold the phone. I saw your Oh, it's pretty deep. I know.
Melissa, you all in a...
It's not just about enduring, but contentment. Choosing to love each other in the silence of every day.
Hey, Melissa. Oh, please don't get in my video. So that was all the footage that I got to get from the wedding, but I'll continue to tell you guys the story. I hadn't realized that I've been ignoring my pain the entire day. So I really hadn't realized what I was going through. And I've been having such a good time with these people, and I felt so much love that I couldn't even believe that this groom was talking to me that way, especially when I hadn't done anything to him. I hadn't done anything to anybody that day. The only thing I did was show up, do my best, and be my best. I just wanted to make sure that this bridal party really enjoyed. I just wanted to do everything that I could to make sure that the day was perfect for them. But obviously, I was doing something to get on somebody's nerves. As I am bursting out in tears, the bride is consoling me, and she's like, no, like, I don't want you to leave. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm really in tears because I just can't believe that all this stuff is happening to me this weekend. Most of other personal problems that I got going on in my life. I'm in this crazy space. I was just so emotional. I couldn't do nothing but break down. I just felt so weak. I felt so made a fool out of. I felt so vulnerable, like I was being kicked while I was already down. And I just felt like I had given this bridal party everything that I had. I didn't have much to give, but I gave it. I gave it all I got. I gave it all my energy. Y'all can see, I literally went above and beyond. I was on my feet for over 12 hours. I was giving it everything I had. I just want everything to be special for them. I knew I wasn't in the best space, but I'm like, these people are literally having one of the biggest days of their life. Like, I just want to make sure that this shit goes well, and I just want it to just be good vibes and good energy. So I decide I'm going to leave. I told the bride, I said, I'm just going to go ahead and leave. I don't want to be ruining anybody's day. My heart broke in that moment. I've never had that happen to me. You know, I thought about it and I was like, you know what, my bride, I went out to my car. I think I went to the store to just get something. And I was like, you know what, my bride doesn't want me to leave. I was like, I might as well just stay. So I went back and I drove into the botanical garden. I parked right back in the same spot that I was parked at. Before I walked in there, I was like, you know what, go back, get what you need. You are stronger than that. Don't let nobody break you down. So I went back in there and I went back in there with my head held. When I got back in there, I went straight into the cocktail hour. I had my head held high. I'm not gonna let nobody break me down. I'm good. Like, maybe he just had a moment
moment. Maybe he just needs to cool off. I did nothing to him. I sit down and, I see the bride and we're talking and she's like, you're good, like you're fine. Her mom telling me, stay, like we really love you being here. We love your energy. The mom, me and her, we still just vibing. It's still just like a vibe. I mean, I dusted off. I was like, you know what, let me let that go.
You can also tell too, like the bride and the bride's family are probably more of like a calm, easygoing, no sweat off my back temperament, right? And it doesn't surprise me that somebody like that got married to a man who is very firm in his boundaries and is like basically her advocate. Just speaking from my own experience, like that's how me and my husband are. I'm usually the one that like steps in and is like, hey, you're not gonna walk all over him. And I feel like she felt threatened because that man held those boundaries down.
Oh, then I go back out of the cocktail hour and I go and sit down with a couple groomsmen. So I'm sitting with the groomsmen, I'm chilling. They like, yo, you look tired. I'm like, yo, I've been on my feet since like 7 o'clock this morning. I left out at like 6 o'clock in the morning to just get here. So I've been on my feet all day. Like I ain't really had no breaks. I had a bagel and then I just ate some food from this cocktail hour. After that, one of the assistant planners came up to me and she goes, can I talk to you to the side? And I'm like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't even feel like getting up. Here, I'm just ready to get the last couple shots of these videos and this content that I need for this wedding and I'm ready to go. So I told her, I was like, if you got something to say, you could just say it right here. Like, it's fine. Like, it's not even that deep at this point. So she goes, oh, like, the couple does not want you here anymore, so you're going to have to leave. I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I'm trying to process what's happening. The couple wants me to leave. Like, what did I do? Like, I'm just so confused. On top of that, this is just like super embarrassing. Whether I would have went to the side with her or not, this is something that I know was being talked about. So it's already just embarrassing. It didn't matter. This is my reputation. This is my company. I'm self-made. I built this on my own. And this is just like crazy. And I didn't do anything to anybody. I'm so confused. So I end up getting up and I'll start walking by. And again, I'm about to burst out in tears because I'm just like, nah, like there's no way that all of this stuff is happening. There's just no way. So I pulled the bride and I was like, oh, can you come here? And she was like, oh, you about to leave? I see you or whatever. So I was like, nah, like come here. So I understand that you and your husband want me to leave. I was like, I didn't do anything to anybody. I don't even know what's happening. Like I'm so confused. Now I'm sitting there about to start crying again because I'm just really confused. So I was like, you know what? Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your wedding day or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna go ahead and go. Mind you, I see security literally watching me. So y'all were about to get a security guard to remove me from out the wedding as if I need to be forced out, like as if I'm begging to be here. Like for real? When I tell y'all, it was so embarrassing and so crazy because I literally did nothing to nobody at this wedding. I do appreciate to the bride for being apologetic about what happened. That was crazy and it was unacceptable. It was disrespectful. I maybe think I was the only black vendor. I don't know. I'm the only black vendor that I saw. And I was treated that way. That was fucked up. That was mad fucked up what y'all did to me. I only gave y'all good energy that day and that was so fucked up.
I don't know if God is trying to tell me to get out of this industry. I was kicked out of a wedding tonight. I've never in my life have been kicked out of a wedding for doing absolutely nothing. I've never been kicked out of anywhere. And I'm so hurt. Like I feel like in this industry, there's no space for me. And I love this industry so much. And I love working with brides and I love doing fun stuff. I love being able to bring out content. But I don't know if God is telling me like that this is not the place for me. I barely even work weddings anymore. If I come out to your wedding, it's so rare for me nowadays. When I come and I work a wedding, I try to give my all. And I stayed at this wedding. I'm so fucking hurt. Pour my heart and my soul into this industry.
I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it on this note. When your light shine as bright as mine do, my light shines so bright. People can't take it. They can't take me in this industry. They can't take it. My light shines so bright. This company is 5-star rated across the board. I have never in my life been removed from anywhere. Always been professional, and anybody that worked with me could tell you, I've always been professional. I've always been organized, and I'm gonna stay on my shit. I will never let nobody, I don't care who it is, I'm never gonna let nobody bring me down. I'm never gonna let nobody make me wanna quit what I do. I'm gonna keep doing what I do for black women, and I'm gonna keep going up in this wedding industry.
So my question is, baby, did you not have other places to be? Like, did you not have a contract? Like, why are you crashing this lady's wedding? It was that I decided for me. I decided that I was going to stay. Girl, who? What? You decided. Baby, you need to look at that contract and see how long you're supposed to be here and then dip. Because what are you doing? Then you're like photobombing every wedding you go to, and then you have like a memorial wall in the back. Because, oh yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna put this in there, but she makes like hella response videos, like trying to plead her case about God knows what.
Hello everybody. I'm gonna make this video as short as I possibly can, and I want to make it as quick as possible. I want to start off by apologizing to the bride that I worked with on September 7th, 2024, Kiana. I am so sorry for any distress that I have caused you behind the content that I posted. To all the bridesmaids and the bridal party, I am so sorry to any stress that I have caused you. I never meant for this to get out of hand the way that it did, and I hate that it happened. So I'm going to take accountability. I apologize. I'm deeply sorry. I'm going to remove all of the videos because I don't want to cause you any more stress in your life. You just got married. You don't deserve a whole bunch of stress in your life. And again, I'm deeply sorry for what happened. My intentions is never, ever to make any brides that I work with feel uncomfortable, feel stressed out, feel overwhelmed. That is never my intentions at any wedding that I'm ever working. I'd also like to address the agreement that I have with the brides. In my agreement that I have with the brides, we are able to film content and we are able to use the content. So that is something that is in our agreement. We have had brides who say, no, we do not want to be on social media. We are not social media people. Please, no phones. And we've had to not pull out our phones at weddings, and that's fine. We've had brides who say, yes, like, let's go. Let's do the content. Pull it out. Let's do it. But yeah, we've had both. Even with that, we always ask if we can film, even when we get to the weddings. We always even double check and ask like, hey, is it okay if we go ahead and record? Even though we know in the agreement that we can record and we can film content for the wedding day. I also want to address being at weddings and cocktail hours. So whenever we go to a cocktail hour or whenever we go to a wedding, it is never like without anybody giving us permission to go. We are always, most of the time, we are asked if we want to stay for the cocktail hour. And a lot of times we are invited to the weddings and we get personal invites to go to these weddings. So we're never just at anybody's cocktail hour, just chilling, doing whatever we want to do. I would never want somebody to do that at my wedding, and I would never do that at somebody else's wedding. I think that is unprofessional. You being somewhere where somebody told you that you weren't allowed to go. I absolutely feel that way. But whenever we do go to weddings or cocktail hours, we are certainly invited by the couple. I also wanted to address the talk around me being a content creator. I'm a makeup artist, which makes me a content creator. If you scroll down into any of my social media, you can see that I have been filming like this with brides. This is something that I have been doing for a while now. This is not something that is new to me. It's something that I have been doing since I started the business. That is how brides get drawn to us, because they're able to view our work on social media. I'm also going to address my personality. I saw a lot of the comments saying that I'm very overbearing. I do too much. I know that I'm a very loud person. And I also just like to joke. That's how my brides bond with me. From the time we start the consultation call till the time that they see me on their wedding day, we have so many conversations. My brides will text me and they'll say, because I got another question. I'm like, what's up? And they ask me stuff about the wedding day. I'm reassuring them. They'll call me. They're at Sephora because what was that product you said I needed? So I have so many interactions with my brides leading up to their wedding day because they're booking like 12 months to a year and a half out. And most brides tell me that they went ahead and booked with me because they loved my personality so much. They love the way that I joke with them. They always say, oh, I know we're going to have a really good time on our wedding day. A lot of brides say that to me. And again, I've had this team for almost 5 years. And after being in the industry for a while, I started to learn that it wasn't just my skill the reason brides loved me. It was my personality. I would get so many thank you cards and so many videos, and brides are like, yo, look at this picture that we took at the wedding. Thank you again so much. It became a thing, and it fed the company. And that's what made everybody excited. That's what made the brides excited about booking us. That it just became a thing. I'm also going to address the narrative that's being played around with, that I was asked to leave the wedding twice. I was not asked to leave the wedding twice. I was asked to leave the wedding one time. The first time I did leave the wedding because the groom cursed at me, it was just really unexpected, and I thought it was really uncalled for. I didn't think I needed to be cursed at. If anybody wanted me to leave in that moment, I thought it was a perfect time because it was only me, the groom, and the bride standing there. I thought it was a perfect time to be like, Kazaya, like, you know, like, I think that's enough. Like, we're done with this. Like, you know, thank you so much for the day. And then I would have just, you know, went on out. And I think I took the bride telling me to come back way too lately. I should have never came back. So I'll take full accountability for that. I do want to address the groom and the way that you talked to me. I just thought that it was really disrespectful. I thought it was hurtful. And I just really think that it was uncalled for. I didn't need to be cursed at in that moment, especially when I've only had maybe 2 to 3 interactions with you. I just didn't deserve to be cursed at. I've never cursed at anybody at a wedding. I'm not disrespectful to anybody at the wedding. I'm not using, you know, foul language towards anybody in any aggressive way. That's not how I go about weddings. Brides who have worked with me know this. Any vendors who have worked with me know this. When anybody walks in the room, I say hello because that's how I was raised. I've never been disrespectful at a wedding. The reason that I started the Key Look was because I saw that there was something missing in the wedding industry. There's not a lot of Black-owned hair and makeup teams. You know, a lot of Black women can't get ready with their bridal parties on the day of because they can't find a team that can work with all skin tones and all hair types. And that was really important to me to fill that space because I'm like, you know, I'm Black. Like, I'm Black. I have a lot of different kinds of friends. You know, I have friends with all different hair types, different skin tones. And I want them to feel and look beautiful on my wedding day, too. So that's why I started the Key Look. I did this for, you know, women of color and Black women. And I want to move forward from this. And I want to continue to do what I do. I want to continue to bring content. I want to continue to service brides because I'm passionate about weddings. I'm passionate about brides. I love what I do. And I just want to continue to do that. So I do want to move forward. And again, I apologize.
And it's like, girl, is this not your job? Like, do you not do this? Like, what's going on? Did the tables have your name tag on it? Like, why did you sit down? And it's just so cringe, bro. And when I saw she made her like 30th response video, girl, I went ahead and made my own little 2 cents too.
To create the second video, it's just I've been working all day. I just wanted to come on here because I don't think that it's helpful for me to rehash the events of what happened that day. It's already enough out there. I just want to put this to rest.
Girl, stop bringing it up. This is not putting it to rest, girl. People that are like, oh, you know, she's probably misses social cues. She probably wasn't raised to look around and be like, oh, let me feel the room, blah, 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 blah. Okay. As somebody who, you know, can be a little ditzy sometimes herself, can we admit that there's like that period of where you reflect and you're like, damn, I missed that. Like, damn, that was that, you know, like it's been over. It's about to be a week. You haven't had this realization yet, friend? The thing that really gets me is that she doesn't understand your emotional moment is going to be forever immortalized in their photos. TikTok, the app, can disappear tomorrow, right? You will always, oh, that feels good. You will always be in their photos. All of them. All of the brides that you decided to do that weird whatever with. Like, were you having an emotional date all those days? And then you have like the collage of evidence behind you, bitch. What? Girl, the families are begging you to stop. So why do you think doing even this video that I just stitched or whatever, why did you think that was going to be suffice when these people are like on social media telling you to stop? Like, and then you mentioned you're working or whatever, and like that's why you couldn't make a response fast enough, the response somebody asked for fast enough in time. Like I said in another video, I talked about this on my pod. I feel like when it's wedding season, bro, and you spending a lot of money, you already put a deposit on somebody, bro. Like, you're not going to, even though you're like, damn, this girl just blew up for like a negative reason. I really don't want her at my shit. I get why somebody wouldn't just cancel it because it's a lot of money. And then like, honestly, if I was a bride that's booked this girl, if I were you, I would just set down some ground rules once she gets there. Like, look, I saw you on social media. Do not do that here. If that makes you feel uncomfortable, fine, you could leave, but I need my deposit back because you're quitting on me, bitch. Like, that's how a business works. And on some business advice, if I was her, I would finish out all of my my sessions for the season. And then as of right now, I would stop booking for 2025 and I would rebrand. I know you have an LLC, but you can rename your company and then still associate it with your LLC. Like, and then if I were you, I would just become totally faceless. Like, it's too much. Like, you need to step out. If you're going to be in the wedding industry, you have to understand it's all about the couple. It's not about you. Like, ma'am, please stop while you're ahead. Please. Now we are going to be talking about a little bit more serious topic. Foolish, but serious nonetheless. So while I was gone, as you guys, some of you guys know, I'm of Haitian descent, and this whole Haitians eating cats thing has like really affected my personal life, girl. I got young kids in my life that have to go to school. Like, I have siblings that gotta go to school while all of this shit is going on, and yeah, not it. And then there's other people that are scared for their lives. Like,
they are living in fear here, the community of Haitian migrants in Springfield, Ohio, and they tell us they're afraid to leave their homes.
Haitian people, they're scared to go out because they're afraid about their life, their safety, and all that.
In this town of almost 60,000 people, threats of bombings and shootings have forced the closure of schools and city buildings for days. Wittenberg University here has canceled all activities on Sunday, and classes switched to virtual learning on Monday out of an abundance of caution. James Florijean, a member of the Haitian Community Help and Support Center, says the fear comes from the bizarre and, according to city officials here, false stories amplified by prominent politicians, including former President Donald Trump.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets of the people that live there.
I know some parents, like, for this period of time, they're trying to keep their children home. Like, by the time they see how things gonna be, like, wait for a couple of weeks to see if things gonna calm down or if things gonna escalate, you see? That's why, like, some parents, they don't even send their children to school, like, for this week.
I pressed the former president on Friday in California. The mayor of Springfield, Ohio, the police chief, the Republican governor of Ohio have all debunked this story about people eating pets. And now there are bomb threats at schools and kids being evacuated. Why do you still spread this false story?
The real threat is what's happening at our border.
Radio host Miguelito Jerome helped launch the new Diaspora Live, in part to keep Haitians in the community informed, but also to bridge the different cultures that now exist in Springfield. And he says despite the hate that's been directed at Haitians by outsiders, the local community has come together to support their businesses.
But we can actually try to save Springfield, right? And right now in South Limestone, you have local residents going to Rose Restaurant since last weekend pretty much to go eat, and it's packed.
And Ohio's Republican Governor Mike DeWine on ABC's This Week tried to knock down the stories, calling them garbage.
This discussion just has to stop. We need to focus on moving forward and not dogs and cats be eaten. It's just ridiculous.
it was crazy. It started off in phases. Like, when I heard it, I was in shock, and then I saw people doing the eat the cat memes, right? And I was like, okay, I guess this is funny, but it just felt off.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in, they're eating the cat, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in, they're eating the cats, they're Springfield. They're eating the dogs, the people that came in, they're eating the cat, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in, they're eating the cat, eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, eat the cat, eat the cat.
American media totally ignored this stuff until Donald Trump and I start talking about cat memes. If I have to create stories so that the American media actually pays attention to the suffering of the American people, then that's what I'm going to do, Dana. It comes from firsthand accounts from my constituents. I say that we're creating a story, meaning we're creating the American media focusing on it.
Springfield's Haitian community comprises the majority of the influx of 12 to 15,000 migrants to the area in the past 4 years. With hopes for stability, safety, and jobs, many of these Haitian migrants fled their country, which is ravaged by gang-related violence and poverty, to come to the U.S. Some are protected under the federal government's temporary protected status designation.
Like, I'm like, this is weird. Like, I know real people are about to be affected by this. And sure enough, it happened. We're going to get into really the aftermath of them doing that bullshit, because now it's pretty much out and about that was a hoax. It was a lie. Haitian people were not eating cats. Shocker. Just a whole bunch of anti-migrant propaganda, right? The first lady that spread the rumor came out and apologized first, talking about my child is biracial and I didn't want... Oh, so you just now figured out that Haitians were black, bitch? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Her name is Erica Lee, and she's the woman behind one of those viral posts claiming that her neighbor's cat was kidnapped and saying that it may have been at the hands of Haitian neighbors. She tells us at NBC News she has now deleted the post, that it was wrong, that she misinterpreted a neighbor's story. She just texted me, quote, "I messed up royally," and she said she never meant to cause so much hate against this one group of people. So, Alex, again, the frustration here mounting, the chaos mounting, and we're just kind of here on the ground seeing where this goes from here.
It is so disturbing that people are making bomb threats against schools, against a hospital on a Saturday morning. It's just nuts.
One family telling a local paper that they woke up one morning to a window broken and acid thrown on their car. So make no mistake about it, they are fearful. They say the violence is real, and a lot of them are afraid to speak out. So we're hearing those stories as best we can as this all plays out.
And again, a lot of these Haitian immigrants have come and they're doing factory working jobs that weren't able to be filled. They did not have the labor pool to fill those jobs. So that's what they're doing there, folks.
Then you have the dude who decided he wanted to be the local token and go to the city council meeting and be racist as shit. He decided he no longer want listen to him. He's a mess.
Nothing but immigrants over there, and I don't even want to like seem like I'm coming down on the immigrants because it's the people that's bringing them down here. Because wherever they're at, that's what they're used to, bro. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them. Like, and I don't know how the fuck cats and dogs arose from that shit. I said something about some goose because people were in the fucking park concerned with their kids because they seen a motherfucker do it. So I brought it to City Hall's attention. Thank you for all the people that actually gave a fuck, but I ain't never seen no fucking cat and dog get ate in my life, and I never fucking said that. I said something about a goose, and somebody told me they see somebody grab a fucking goose up and cut his fucking head off, and that's what the fuck I said. But when you ask me, do I regret it? Hell yeah, I would never help a motherfucker a day in my life, let alone a whole community. Help a whole community, and this is what the fuck I gotta deal with. Hell nah, I won't help nobody. Yes, I regret trying to help a whole fucking community. I won't help these niggas a day again in my life. If I got to deal with all this shit, I try to help y'all to try to better it, to make shit safe for everybody, and then we gotta deal with motherfucking schools getting closed down. We gotta deal with motherfucking all the government buildings getting closed down. We gotta do interviews at the police station because weird shit is going on. I don't want to deal with that shit. From trying to help some people, for trying to keep people safe. I don't like that.
That Tyler Oliveira documentary was so freaking racist too. Like this, I'm just so ready for this election to be over. Bring me back to when we didn't even know if this man Trump was going to be able to run or not. Can we go back to that? Because, oh my gosh, it's just so annoying. Like, please, can November just come and go? Now I'm going to get into the, probably in my opinion, one of the craziest things in this video, other than the Haitian migrants eating cats propaganda, it's the fact that these Russian, apparently, according to the Department of Justice, girl, these Russians have been funding red pill YouTubers to push certain rhetoric and cause chaos and be agents of chaos.
For their millions of followers, influencers like Tim Pool and Laura Southern are sticking it to the mainstream media. Contrary, alternative right, independent. The indictment issued by the US Justice Department yesterday doesn't concern itself with that though. Its focus an alleged illegal money trail that it says connects alt-right influencers to Vladimir Putin. It's all part of a broader operation by US law enforcement to clamp down on a Russian campaign to influence the American presidential election in November. The devil, though, is in the detail of the federal indictment. It's issued against 2 Russian media executives in Moscow, but brings the reader on quite the ride. Here is the gist of it. The indictment alleges that 2 people working for Putin's favorite media outlet in Moscow, RT, funneled around $10 million to a Tennessee-based company, exactly matching the description of Tenet Media. It was founded by right-wing YouTuber Lauren Chen and her husband Liam Donovan. The company then distributed the money to its stable of content creators. The influencers on Tenet's book include Tim Pool, Lauren Southern, Dave Rubin and Benny Johnson. The indictment does not say that Moscow told the influencers themselves directly what to say. Today, Pool and some of the others addressed the issue and said they were duped by the Russians, the very definition, according to some, of a useful idiot.
Did you read the indictment? It clearly says that I, as well as the other personalities, were victims. We were deceived by people intentionally to trick us into licensing our content to them.
The founders of Tenet Media, though, who had these influencers on their books, were told by the Russians the position to take on some issues, according to the indictment.
The government seizing 32 bogus website domains, purchased by Russian security services that mirror legitimate news sites.
creating fake stories and using authentic-looking logos as part of a campaign called Doppelganger. And DOJ also bringing charges against 2 employees of RT, also known as Russia Today. The FBI saying it uncovered a $10 million scheme by RT, allegedly funneling laundered money through foreign shell companies to a Tennessee media firm. That company posting nearly 2,000 videos that garnered more than 16 million views on YouTube alone.
RT has used people living and working inside the U.S. to facilitate contracts with American media figures to create and disseminate Russian propaganda here.
The federal indictment does not name the Tennessee-based company, but sources familiar with the investigation tell ABC News the company is Tenet Media, whose website features videos from some of the biggest right-wing influencers and podcasters, some of whom support Trump, among them Tim Pool.
Mr. President, it's an honor and a privilege.
Last night, Tenet Media officials declined to comment. The indictment makes no allegations that the podcasters knew that the company was being funded by Russia.
So first off, I'm not surprised. I'm surprised at the amount of how much they're being paid, 6 figures to push propaganda. Like, and there's another thing, because a lot of these creators are trying to play innocent, like, oh no, I didn't know. I just thought I was just doing a normal sponsor that aligned with my beliefs. Bullshit, bitch. Because if you're not getting a product to promote, your propaganda is the product. Y'all knew better. Y'all knew better. Cat Williams was not lying when he said this was the year of truth, and I would not be surprised if even more people get in trouble that have to do with this YouTube thing, because that's a lot of freaking money. That's a lot of freaking money. And then you have people like Candace Owens getting kicked off the platform and stuff. And mind you, these people are not really getting kicked off as much as they're just getting demonetized. And nobody likes doing shit for free, as y'all can see. They were getting that Russian coin. Because I'm not going to hold you. I have a podcast, and I know we say we wouldn't do things or whatever. I would hope, I mean, I'm saying I wouldn't do it because it's like, again, it could always be you next. That is the target of propaganda. So it's a very slippery slope. It's just alarming that this is what's going on. And it got to the point where we are using influencers, not content creator, influencers at this point to influence people and their way of thinking. So yeah, guys, just be very careful. Have some discernment online. It's been so long. I doubt any of you have any red pill friends. Like, I guess watch your siblings, watch your grandparents. Shoot, watch your parents just to make sure they're not intaking any of this propaganda, because apparently they're hitting hard from multiple angles, child. So beware. That is all she wrote, guys. This is the final results. I got these cute little clips off of Amazon. If you guys are interested in them, I'm gonna be putting them on my storefront along with this hair dye in case anybody wants to dye their hair this color as well. Thank you guys so much for kicking it with me and doing this eye look. My eyes hurt, girl. Like, I probably shouldn't went this hard, but it felt good to be creative. Let me know what you guys think about these topics in the comments. Please suggest some more book reviews. Please do your research on the books and make sure they're available. I've been trying to get this little Kim book for the longest. It hasn't been on the shelves. I think Trina and Eve just dropped a book. So yeah, just let me know. Thank you guys again. I will see you guys next time. Peace.